Kidsy. Hi, baby. Mommy said you're gonna get shots today. You gotta go to the doctor. Hey, where you going? What the? What is going on, BruSo Fam? Thank you all so much for checking out the video. Now let's get into it, baby.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another post-workout mic'd up commentary. Just want to thank you guys again for watching the video. And on today's agenda, we have squats and curls. I know. I'm sorry. Y'all can roast me in the comments. But anyway, so we're starting off with the squat, just driving my traps into the bar and driving that bar into the squat rack just to give me a little bit of extra stability, like a security feeling kind of. And I do my step back, getting my feet adjusted here. And as you can see, I'm trying my best to push back and down with my hips. I'm trying to keep my back and my spine and my head neutral. I'm going down as far as I can. I'm trying to keep a narrower grip. That's just what feels comfortable for me. I know some people do a wide grip. And yeah, going down as far as I can. And I just wanted to mention, because in a previous video I talked about how I wanted to use these commentaries as an opportunity to talk about my recovery, my sobriety, my drinking journey, all that good stuff, because I know there's got to be other people like me. And if I came across somebody like me back then, maybe I wouldn't have a story to tell in the first place. So I know there's somebody out there that could use the help, and just doing this is helping me. So it's a win-win for everybody. So before I jump into the journey, I just want to mention for the squats here, I'm supersetting all my sets of squats with a set of calf raises. This is what I've always done. I just feel like it's a two birds, one stone type of situation. You do your set of squats and then you immediately go into calf raises. I just use body weight calf raises because I'm a heavy mofo. I don't need to be like stacking weight. And I'm sure in one of these videos I'll wear shorts and you guys can see the actual size of my calves. They're hilariously big, and that's why my uncle used to always call me tree trunk legs, baby. But next set here, we're just adding a 10. So what is that, 155 on this bar. But let me talk a little bit about my drinking journey. It starts in 2011. I graduated high school in 2011, and I had never tried anything up until this point. So 2011 rolls around, graduate high school, and I decided not to go into college because I just wanted to work. I wanted to make money and get my own car, my own place, etc. So I got hired at a restaurant. It was a chain restaurant, kind of like Applebee's and Chili's and stuff. I had worked at fast food places in other parts of my journey. I just wanted to sort of get everybody's mind picturing like where I was. I was in the back of a restaurant. So I'm around all these people, and after I started working there, I started losing weight for the first time. And that winter was when I started going out with everybody because I had started losing weight. So, I was looking better. My social confidence was higher. So anyway, people from the restaurant started inviting me out, and one thing led to another. And one of the guys I was working with at the time, he ended up getting me a fake ID. So then I started going to the bars and package stores with everybody. It was just a mess. But that's how it started. I had just graduated high school. I did not want to go to college. I had never tried any drugs or alcohol. I got hired at a restaurant, which was probably the worst place for me to work. I feel like if I had started in retail or something, maybe my life would have been different. I wouldn't have had this problem. But I don't know. I don't think it matters. The culture in the back of the house of a restaurant is like, it's very crazy. It's very intense. And, you know, there is a lot of substance abuse going on in the backs of restaurants. You know, I definitely partook in it. So, yeah, that winter was when I first started drinking. And when I first started, I was like a very social drinker, but it quickly evolved into just wanting to drink alone and watch movies and have epiphanies and all that stuff, right? So after a while, I ended up losing my job and I became homeless. And I ended up going to a shelter in New London, Connecticut. And Connecticut is where I spent the majority of my life. I grew up there. I lived there from the age of 1 up until I was 27. So, for those of you that are not familiar with New England, Connecticut's a very small state. It's it's very you know, one half of the state is very very wealthy, and the other half of the state is very very poor. And I always lived on the very very poor side of the state. So I get down to the shelter, and I spend the next 5 years on and off in that shelter. I kept going from being in the shelter to getting a job to getting a room for rent, you know, or maybe even an apartment. And then the cycle would continue. I would start no call, no showing, calling out too much, etc. I would lose my job. I would lose my place. I would have to go back to the shelter. Rinse and repeat for about 5 years. And, you know, I look back on that time like I've I wasted my 20s, but at the same time I did not waste my 20s because I had to go through a lot of hard stuff. I had to go through a lot by myself. And don't get me wrong, I did have my mother there to help me, but I'm talking about the very personal, isolating things like uh, getting arrested, you know, people looking down on you because you're drunk and dirty and homeless, you know, stuff like that. Like, my mom was there for me because she lived in New London and I could hang out with her. But I mean, even she got sick of it, you know, even she got sick of it, and I couldn't stay with her. Like, I had to stay in the shelter. There was times where I could stay with her, but even that ran its course. Anyway, this commentary was all over the place. I'm still new. I'm trying my best, and I'm gonna have the topics for the future with a bit more structure to the commentaries. But I'm having so much fun making videos again. And just in case you're watching, Katie, thank you so much. You're the best support ever. The workout is almost done. And with that, let's get back to the vlog.
Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go. Go, Jamesy. Yeah, dude. Love it. Love it. Welcome, everybody, to my office. I was using this space originally to store all of my trading cards, like all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, my Pokemon cards, and stuff like that. But now I want to convert this space into an area where I can film, an area where I can edit. Come along with me. We're gonna reorganize, redo this room as much as we can because I can't get rid of the racks, all the cards and stuff. I might get into that in another video sometime, but let's see what we can do. took an hour, and thank you to James for helping me and keeping me company. The office is rearranged. I'm really digging it. Let's get my wife's first reaction. Okay, ready, Mama?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, this looks nice.
You like it?
That looks
I got all my gear
Yeah.
and memorabilia.
Also, I noticed you left my little touch in here.
I did, I like it. And then,
Your shed being built through the outside window.
yep, and I got this little corner that I could do, like, I could put the tripod right here if I'm doing, like, unboxings and whiteboard.
Your idea board.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay.
It looks good.
Thank you. All right, guys, that is going to conclude the video. Thank you so much for checking it out, hanging out with me and James. I'll see you guys in the next one, all right?